A ver si recupero. Vamos a ver. A ver si recupero. ¿Y esto qué mierda?
This artist who is really good at building this amazing park and continuing. He's going to add that ride, add the name to that ride, and also finish off that bit of tunnel behind where Adam was working. It's a bit bare, it's a bit plain, but he's going to use his amazing skills and the tools in game to dress that up. So,
and it was
Undersea Enigma.
Yeah.
So we are using the change note on the version control as we upload our version of the park to the cloud, the magical cloud. And Rich upstairs, as part of our franchise, will get the new version of the park, the one that we just made live, and add that name and also improve.
Puta mierda de momento.
Cool, right, okay. And then he'll give it back to us.
Cosas que no te he pedido.
The 1980s. Can we see Rich upstairs? Are we seeing him now?
Can we see?
Can you can look, he can wave. So Rich, to prove this is live, can you just tap your head for me, Rich? Tap your head. There we go. Look, chat. It's live. Like we haven't made this up. So Rich is going to start doing the sign, and he's going to start theming. We're going to pop Rich's gameplay onto the screen as we chat about some other modes. Whilst we're doing that, if you do have any, if there's a lot we're covering off about franchise mode and just in general about Planet Coaster 2. We do have an FAQ, so if you do want to check it out on the website. I'm not sure if we've got a bot command for that. It's !FAQ. Yeah, it is !FAQ. That will take you to the website. You can check out all those questions. But right now, what you're doing is you're watching. At the moment, is you're watching Rich upstairs in the office.
Yeah.
Doing.
Sorry, I kind of got lost in watching it. I became a viewer. I was like, it's really. Okay, he's got right.
But
sorry.
We've got more things to talk about. Well, so you watch this, but listen to what other Riches and Adam are saying.
Yeah. So franchise mode, as I said at the top, is a mode about working together with other people, collaborating, and then competing as a franchise against our leaderboard. So as part of that process, you'll be making a new franchise from scratch. You have to give it a unique name. Yeah. You can then identify the type of tags that you want your franchise to have to make it easier to search and filter for. So how active you guys are, what your primary platform will be, the language you want to have, or the interest, stuff like that. And it'll allow other people to find your franchise and potentially join it as well. So it'll make it a lot easier to find. With the membership type, whether it's invite only or whether you want to have request, and then a franchise code, which I find very special. So when we during development, we wanted to recreate the My 3 Words geographical stuff. There's a better way to describe that. But we felt one of the server guys had a great idea of what if we use plan code as the words. So the franchise codes, which are unique for your franchise, that helps other people find your franchise really quick and easy. All of the words are from the Plank Code dictionary, and we found that really cool. It really keeps in theme with what we're so be able to use that to find your franchise once you've made it.
Cool. And so I think I'm just watching Rich. He's just finished Undersea. I think next time we pick a short name because Undersea Enigma is a long name.
But look how quick he's made it already. He's putting me to shame. It took me about half an hour to do 3 lights, and he's already done Undersea. Yeah. But I think also, so going back to the sort of franchise setup, we've obviously got our franchise already. That's our very aptly named Deep Dive franchise. And when we open that,
actually, Adam, can you flip back to our gameplay so we can have a go at this one as well?
We see now that we have our kind of park locations. We have to pick a starting location, and each location also comes with various sort of restrictions or starting money, starting tech points, varying different levels of sort of challenge and sort of beginning pieces. You select them, start to branch out, and select new plots and then start establishing parks and building up parks and see if you can open up more parks across the globe, really.
Yeah, your franchise will have a number of parks that you can have active at once. And then depending on the challenge, you might have, this park's really good for this one's making us a lot of money per day, this one's really good for that challenge, we'll submit this challenge, this park specifically to the challenge. So as a franchise, you can
Se ve la nave mientras.
focus.
Eso, no puede llover. Bueno,
You'll have that flexibility.
hace poco hubo una llovidita ahí de manera normal, pero fue espejismo.
Each node has a different biome, different starting money. The parks that you submit to
Cuanto antes nos enteremos de que eso del cambio climático no es tontería,
you can't just open a blank park and submit it.
Mejor.
You have to have, as a franchise, engaged in that park for a while. It has to get to a minimum of two stars
ya me han llegado mis mierdas,
a whole day, which is 12 hours. But it just means that we can keep the leaderboard containing parks that are valid parks.
Bueno, de momento no están diciendo nada, están disertando
Management aspect, you have to make a functioning park.
sobre el amor de los parques.
And from here, you also access your sort of franchise management tools, kind of.
¿De verdad alguien entra a ver
Might need to have
cómo
dashboard.
a que le cuenten movidas del theme park del roller coaster? O sea, bueno, debe de tener tirón, ¿no? Porque creo que le sacan pasta, pero... En un punto de no retorno, sí. Sí, lo estamos más fucked. Estamos very fucked. Bueno, voy a salir a pasear mientras. A ver qué cuentan. Cuentan mierdas. ¿Algún streamer grande juega esas mierdas? Pues no lo sé. No lo sé. Hostia, vamos a buscarlo. Espera que saque la nave de aquí, que si no rascaré. ¿Esto cómo se llama? ¿Planet Roller Coaster? ¿Cómo se llama? Venga, vamos a buscarlo. A ver. Voy a abrir otra aquí. Roller Coaster Tycoon, es este, ¿no? ¿O cómo se llama este juego de mierda?
Management
A Planet Coaster 2, vamos a buscar.
aspects of managing it, making it successful, but if you just want to
Planet Coaster 2. Vamos a ver. Vamos a ver que...
All right, shall we check?
No hay nadie. Bueno, en castellano.
How Rich is doing? Oh, he's on theming now. He's moving. He's putting some stuff down. Can Rich hear us, producer Adam? He can hear us. Yes, he can.
Ya ves tú.
Hey, yeah, you've done quite a bit here, Rich. Are you close to finishing?
Una persona. Una fucking persona.
We're close to finishing, Rich, but it's fine. We can. I'll give you another couple of seconds, and then we're just popping a submarine, a pink submarine. That's fine. Let him do that.
A ver.
I think there's one thing we didn't mention actually before, the challenges as well, depending on
Planet Coaster 2. Vamos a ver sus terribles.
reward for doing so as well.
Yes. What we need to finish the league. Well, there's different.
Planet Coaster 2. Quiero ver yo esto.
there's four kind of groups of
¿Esto qué tiene?
prizes for you. There's bronze, silver,
17 espectadores.
it's not the top 4 people. It's scaled depending on how many people have submitted parts for that.
Categorías, un especta. Es que ni siquiera tiene followers.
For you to display in your profile. So profile.
Yo qué sé.
So you can show off your amazing.
¿Qué vamos a hacerle?
Platinum, you get all 4 rewards. If you're bronze, you just get the one. But
Y aquí estoy yo volando al infinito. Espérate que... Menos mal que esto no es... el GTA. Vamos a meternos en algún lugar. Vamos a ver qué cuentan. Mira, todas esas plantitas no nos podían ver un planetita con atmósfera y esas mierdecitas. Entiendo que lo hacen todo con el mismo motor. ver qué hay ahí. Mira, me voy a ir aquí. Que sea low de esos. Voy a entrar ahí, voy a montar algún pirata y que recoja materiales. ¿Cuántos titanes quedan? ¡Un titán! Vamos a verlo si quieres. Queda un motherfucking titán. Bueno, aquí dice que este tiene Titan, Destroyer. Cocijo está... ¿Eh? ¿Cómo? Ah, no, Ryan, eso que nos cargamos. Vale, vale. Esto está destruido, aunque no pone ahí todavía Destroyer. Queda el señor Cojijo. El Cojijo. El Cortijo. Está fuerte, sí, sí, le tenemos que bajar el... A veremos con el Power Play si no se nos dispersa la mantequilla. Vamos a entrar aquí. Nada. Siguen con las mierdas. Vamos a ver, ir por aquí. Uy. Tres que me escanean. Pero cuidado, cuidado. Mosley Harness. Wanted, wanted. A ver. Un Imperial Courier. Le damos. Le meto. Yo creo que le puedo. Que se me quiere escapar. ¡Ey, ey, ey! Me he impactado. Venga, 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 esos misiles. A ver si se atreve a venir el otro. Vaya cagados, se han ido corriendo. Modo 3 días, mira. Want to buy Planet Raxa DLC. Oh, este tiene que darle un LOL. Un LOL y 1.7. Vamos a ver qué más hay por ahí. Ay, que me traen cositas. Los galvanising se han llenado. Espera, que parece que empiezan las novedades.
streams coming up reference it. Some of them are on Steam actually.
Yes.
So I'll be on Steam tomorrow with the wonderful Rich Hudson, and we're going to be in sandbox mode building some crazy stuff. Then next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Chantel and I will be doing some streaming stuff on Steam, and then on Wednesday we are doing a very special launch unlock stream.
Celebratory launch
Show.
everything.
Yeah.
With lots of prizes.
Yes, with lots of prizes for Planco 2. So I hope you've enjoyed that. It was really cool actually to do that, and well done, producer Adam, for raising all the text so we could look up and downstairs.
Algo que la próxima semana están haciendo un programa especial.
And a big shout out to Rich Hudson as well.
¿Necesitas estas armas? Ah, no, pero porque eran... Se nota mucho el nivel de los tíos, ¿eh? Estas armas no son... Esto es una Cobra Mark 4. Esto era un novato. Y eso se nota mogollón.
So before we even start that, we have a giveaway. So all of our stuff that we talked about earlier, all of it.
Sí, la pantalla encima del juego es a propósito para ver si hablan del...
Type exclamation mark Planco 2, and that is all lowercase. So just put that in. It's Twitch only. Sorry, YouTube fans.
A ver, están diciendo algo Twitch only.
You can only work what we can work with.
Exactly. So yes, if you are on Twitch, if you just do exclamation mark Planco 2.
Planco 2.
Lowercase.
Planco 2, ¿para qué? Que no sé.
You need any
Planco 2, vale. Bueno, Planco 2. Algo regalarán.
Giveaway has started. So it's all there ready for you.
Ah, vale, porque regalan estas mierdas de aquí, del fondo.
About Planet Zoo. So we're going to start with console. So Planet Zoo console.
Están hablando. Regalan cosas del Planet Coaster. Bueno, si me dan un teclado no le voy a decir que no.
Planet Zoo console, and that came out on the 24th of September. We also, the day after that, launched
Todo lo gratis es bien.
Tropical Pack. So
Busy month.
Busy month. And this month we are happy to announce the Arctic and Conservation Bundle. So we have two beautiful...
Mira, un zurro y un oso. ¡Qué maravilla!
Arthur to tell me what the name of the horse is. I've got it written down for you in the notes.
Well, that's easy to read because that is the Prozlarki's horse. That's actually how you say it in the native tongue.
Horse.
So that is the Przewalski's horse that we have here as well.
Exactly, you're saying the same thing.
The same thing, absolutely. So this is coming out on the 3rd of December. This is going to have 9 animals, 350 pieces, 300 plots, more than 350, and 3 It's a lot, and that's coming out on
Nada.
December. So it's like
Están hablando del burrete, el puto mono.
this is the pack for console, and
Qué
we
desastre.
also have our stuff.
Que tengamos que compartir parrilla con el Planet Coaster.
The Zookeeper's Animal Pack, and that launched on the 15th.
Creo que Frontier sigue sin saber lo que tiene entre manos con el Elite.
Very happy little palace cat.
That cat is me. That cat is literally me.
Mira cómo mina. Mira cómo mina.
It's more of a shape. Like it's me. Just a puddle. It's a puddle of a cat. So, yeah.
Muy Jurassic Park.
Wonderful palace cat, as well as a bunch of other.
No sé cuánto tiempo le puedes dar a un juego de ese estilo.
Is the paid DLC that we have here. We also had the free.
Pero bueno.
So that had the African leopard in it. That completed the Big 5. It was our lovely free anniversary update for our PC.
Mira el gatete.
Console should be coming.
Mira el gatete.
We did also have.
Ay, Zookeeper's Animal Pack. ¿Eso qué es? ¿Es un lince? ¿El lince español?
It was the Zookeeper's.
¿Hay lince español?
Everyone thought it was the end.
Oh.
But our team is continuing to work very hard. We don't want to give too much.
Si le hubieran dado más. Yo el otro día estaba pensando, hay cosas aquí o hay controles como las ruedas de objetos y tal que están muy hechas en plan consola, y digo, a lo mejor
We're going to share.
desde que dijeron ya no vamos a hacerlo en consolas, hay algunos controles que podían darles una vueltecita.
Therefore, console and PC.
And PC,
a
yes.
tease about something else that's still coming. Planet Family, you are doing very well this month for Coaster and for Zoo.
Absolutely.
I think we're going to talk Elite, but before we do that, do we have a trailer to show?
We do have the trailer.
Mira. Ah, no, pero es un tráiler de antes de... Vale. Creo que van a hablar de Elite ya. Han dicho algo de Elite. Mientras pasa esta mierda de tráiler, voy a montar un poco. A ver, ahí hay un guante. Con una Viper Mark 3 que le va a quedar toda mi furia. Espera, voy a ver si minimizo esto y matamos a este señor. Y después de esto... Mucho me estoy flipando yo con esto. Vale. Se ha quedado sin. Toma. Venga. Vale. Ya está. Caíste. Y ahora volvemos. Oh, van a hablar.
On today's show, so we'll put back on and maybe a little treat at the end. I think we've got but should we kick off with? Oh, hang on.
Vamos a ver.
Do that. I thought it was going to be longer than that, but we've closed the competition. We do have a winner. When producer Adam finishes typing, I think he's thumbs up. He's finished. So the winner is Lamarty. Lamarty, well done. So the competition is closed. Lamarty, you've won yourself all this swag.
Vale, no me ha tocado nada. Me ha ganado un tal Lemarty.
DM from Frontier, and then give us all your details, and we'll get this swag on the way to you. So well done, Lamarty. Congratulations. Now this leaves us free to talk about Elite Dangerous.
Elite Dangerous. Ahí está.
What's happening? What's going on?
Vamos a ver.
What's happening? So much is happening.
Lots happening, yeah.
So tomorrow, let's start with what's happening sort of right now. So tomorrow, Elite Dangerous.
Ascendancy. Ahí lo tenemos.
We've had a lot of really great feedback from our sort of content creators and players who've been watching the early access for the past few weeks. So we've made some tweaks to address some of that feedback, and I think the main thing that we've made a few tweaks, but I think the main thing that we want to talk about today is that
Escanean mientras.
the enemy power NPC
Señor,
when you're in their territory.
estoy viendo un directo.
So we're going to dive
No me moleste.
quite far back,
Yeah.
unless you're in a stronghold system.
Yes, if you are in a stronghold system, please expect to still be
El sistema Stronghold.
because that is a
Esos son como los bastiones, creo.
need to some of a rival power being in there. And yes, we have dialed it right the way back. But I think, as we discussed earlier, we're going to stress this. We have dialed it all the way back. We are going to be watching. We will probably expect to dial that back up slightly once we've got some more stats come in. So, but we just want you to actually engage with the system, see how you get on with Power Play 2.0 without getting murdered every 5 seconds by very zealous
Yes.
NPCs.
Very enthusiastic NPCs. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, Elite Dangerous Ascendancy is a free update, and that comes with Power Play 2.0, which is our rework of the Power Play system. So really encourage you all to give that a go, especially if you haven't played Power Play before.
No.
It's much more engaging and sort of accessible for someone who's new to the system.
Yeah.
Ya, chicos.
Sometimes if you join Elite and you're not sure what to do or where to start, pledging to a power gives you that kind of direction, right? That you want to pledge that power and start moving. It's much.
Sí, porque hasta ahora jugar al Power Play, chicos, era...
Official for that is a sort of weekly
¿Es el nombre de la nave el del DLC? No, la nave se llama Mandalay. Ascendancy es el nombre del parche. Dijeron hace el parche anterior que a partir de ahora los parches tendrían un nombre de algo relacionado.
Also,
El parche anterior creo que se llamó Type 8.
Ascendancy is finally the Mandalay.
The Mandalay. Early access will start tomorrow.
Mandalay es la nave y Ascendancy, si te fijas, hay dos powers nuevos. Ahí donde está la C, aquí donde estoy señalando con el ratón, hay una nueva. Y Zachary Hudson ha cambiado por el Hambo este que está el número 2 ahí.
Sneak peek look at the trailer.
A ver si lo pongo más grande.
Live tomorrow on YouTube, etc. But for those of you kind enough to tune in, we thought we'd give you a sneak peek at what I think is probably the best ship trailer.
Like
we've ever
it's
made.
just getting better and better and better. But
I love
yeah.
it.
Voy a ponerlo así más grande. Espérate, tráiler. Qué bonito. Voy a poner esto en marcha. Bonita la cabrona, ¿eh? Thorgon Peterson. Muy bien ahí. Venga. Enséñanos algo. Sí, hombre, va. Ahí se está haciendo. Nos está enseñando todo lo bonito de la exploración. Todo lo que igual te cuesta 6 meses ver. Hostia, el Pilot's Memorial. A lo mejor, a ver si lo han currado. Lo que me costó a mí ver un puto estelar fenómeno de estos, madre mía. Si vi 2 o 3 en el camino de aquí a Beagle Point. Mira. Sí que Red Paint Job, está chulo. Hay un ship kit, qué cabrones.
There we go. That is a wonderful.
Muy bonito.
Well done to the team that put it together. They're always good. They're always good. They're just every time.
Yeah,
That's,
so just incredible. I mean, special shout out to James on the creative service team who sort of led on this one. He's done a fantastic job. I saw a few people in the chat who said pretty Voyager-like, one of the inspirations. A few people saying they got goosebumps. This is like, when I was going through the process of reviewing this, it was like, I don't think I've ever worked on something here where I've had goosebumps in the sort of creative process of something, and yeah, this trailer was definitely that. So yeah, the Mandalay is here tomorrow for our early access. And as well as obviously the Mandalay itself, we're going to have some cosmetics for it. So I think you've seen already for the early access program the sort of stellar edition of the Mandalay, but
bueno, sale antes. Esa es con Money ahora y con
some of the paint jobs that are going to be available.
Y con pasta, mira qué chula, qué bonita.
Stellar, but it's the
con pasta ahora y con créditos en 3 meses. Pero yo aquí voy a picar, aquí voy a la Type 8 me suda los 2 huevos, pero esta creo que sí que va a ver. Qué bonita, qué bonita, qué guapa.
Very good looking ship. I say about all of them, they're all been different. I mean, the Python was just like, and I really liked how different the Type 8 was.
Hemos venido aquí por la Feature. Hay nueva Feature para final de año.
These all look fantastic.
Yeah. That's not it though in terms of cosmetics. So
Calvito
2.0 is obviously a big thing in Ascendancy. Yep. So we want to also represent that and allow you to represent your superpowers, I guess, especially. So we've got some more paint jobs. I think the producer Adam has got a video for you, which we'll show here. This is basically a sort of 4-tier system of paint jobs that you can get per superpower. These are available 4 variations across 5 specific vessels. So there's 20 paints in total. You can get that in a bundle. So you can obviously just get them individually if you just want one of these paint jobs, totally fine. But if you wanted to sort of, get the entire bundle, that's going to be there as a bit of a discount rather than you buying them all individually. So yeah, if you're someone super into power play, here's a nice way to represent your power as well. But that's not it. More power play.
There's a lot on this show.
I feel like that's my catchphrase, which is a good catchphrase.
Yeah, it's good.
More power play representation is coming in Ascendancy for cosmetics. So this is a brand new sort of ship cosmetic piece that we're adding to the game for Ascendancy, and that is banned.
Yo la quiero también, pero de aquí a que juegue ya podré comprarla en el juego. Ya te iré contando, ya te iré poniendo los dientes larguitos.
It's my Mandalay with the Aisling
Hostia.
representation.
¿Y eso?
Get these banners for each of the powers, and they're available
¡Hostia!
on every ship in the game.
Esto- vas a poder llevar estos banners con el power al que estás asociado. Buen detallito.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Big fan of this.
Yeah, looks like trap like it.
Lo que no me he escuchado bien es si esto es con money o...
If you buy the banner, I believe you can then apply that to every ship. So it's like a one-time sort of purchase.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Even more.
Hang on, but that's not all,
That's
right?
Halloween. Obviously tomorrow is Halloween.
Yeah.
So right now we have a
Espérate que este me está...
game store. And if you're looking for something a little bit spooky and a little bit free, if you've got your Twitch drops already and you want a nice decal to match, we've got a free decal as well for you to claim over on the store as well.
And you just go to store, pick this up, right? So,
It's 0 arc, so you can just go on there and give that a claim.
Hang on, 0 arc. So 0 is free.
Zero,
Go and
zero,
get this
zero.
free deck, all right? It's free.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep.
Esto es free.
Cool. All right. So
Esto es un decal que van a sacar free.
people are itching. What else we got to talk about? We've got a few more.
Cositas, money.
People ask us a lot about. Say, ask you. When is the Type 8 going to release?
Sure, okay, yeah. So obviously, yeah, we've seen a lot of people ask about the credits release of Type 8. So yeah, we'll confirm that that is going to be coming to Odyssey owners for credits on the 28th of November. So that's 4 weeks.
El 28 de noviembre la Type 8
There we go. So 20,
se puede comprar
you'll be able to grab
con
it.
créditos.
Right, Zach. We promised at the end of the last show we would talk very briefly, or we actually said we would announce what the next feature is, but we're going to do a little bit more. We're going to slightly talk through a tiny
Van a anunciar.
review chat, which is more than we said we were going to do. So please don't kill us, but I think it'd be enough to whet your appetite as to what the next feature is that's coming to Elite Dangerous.
Uy.
So I guess, Zach, without further ado, what is the next feature that we'll be bringing?
What is the next feature? Vamos.
I'm happy to say the new feature that we're adding to Elite Dangerous is system colonization. Looking directly at the camera. So this is going to give us a sort of
Colonización de sistemas.
form expansion in the galaxy. And I think the real sort of takeaway from this is that the bubble is no longer going to be static. So pretty big deal.
Very, very exciting to get this on the go. I guess without going to, we're not going to go into massive amounts of detail. We're going to go into next month. I think we'll probably have a couple of guests on as well to go through stuff and some videos. But just light touch.
Estoy living.
So think of it on the sort of galactic scale. So players will be able to colonize unpopulated systems that they find within reach. So you can't obviously you can't just take a system that's currently has sort of a human civilization there. You have to find a system that doesn't currently have human population. And when I say within reach, there'll be a sort of certain limit which we'll cover at a later date. So you can't just sort of fly straight to the other end of the galaxy and colonize straight away. You know, there's
You need
a bit of a
infrastructure
limit
to
there.
colonise,
But yeah, so you find the new system, and then basically once you have that system, once you've claimed that system as your own, you'll then start to build an establishing starport in that system. We'll obviously
Construcción de bases.
but then once you've done that, you'll then be able to go in and expand that system. So you'll be able to sort of place things like some of the existing sort of assets that you're familiar with within Elite Dangerous, and the sort of settlements and starports. You're going to have a bit of a plethora of tools to work with in terms of the sort of things that you can place within that system, right?
Yeah. And you can also dictate the economy of that system as well, right? But what those facilities and stuff you pop down will dictate the economy of that system.
Yeah,
which is really, really
100%.
cool.
So like the type of settlements and things that you're playing
Hostia.
affect
Yeah.
the economy.
And for those out there that want to, create an empire, can you have more than one system, Zach?
You can. I mean, I'm sure there'll be a lot of commanders who've got the plate full with just the one system. But yes, if you're the kind of person that does want to create their own
part of a
empire,
group?
or a group of players, you can have more than one system. So you do need to at least complete that primary starport in your current system that you're working on before you can claim another one. But in theory, you could daisy chain systems to reach a destination. So if you do have that sort of system that you've loved forever in Elite Dangerous, but it's quite far away, you can sort of,
Work your way towards it.
Work your way towards it. You can build, basic systems, and then get over there and sort of build out your real sort of home, I guess, over in that system.
Cool. And obviously, Ascendancy launches tomorrow. This we said this before. I think I was quoted for saying dovetail. I really need to watch what I'm saying. However, I am correct in what I said this time. Power Play 2.0 dovetails lovely into this, doesn't it? So how does this sort of fit with Power Play 2.0?
Yeah, sure. So players who are sort of really engaging in Power Play 2.0. So what you can sort of take advantage of this is you can, sort of colonize a system, and then you can then push your chosen power into that system, right? So if you're not necessarily somebody that wants to fight or do sort of head-to-head combat with other players or other powers, and this might be a really nice way for you to expand your power's influence within the game. You can just go out there and sort of create new systems and civilizations for them. And I think something to sort of point out is that each system will have a value associated to it. So we know in Elite Dangerous, every system is unique, to some extent, and that will be represented within system colonization, which we'll talk about later on. But there'll be sort of reasons too, and you want to go for this system or this system. But unlike Power Play, so system architects, which are what will be a nice fancy name for the players that sort of own or claim the system, you'll kind of have a direct impact on the placement of your starports, planet ports, settlements, that kind of thing, which we'll go into more.
O sea, que tendrá impacto ahí lo que hagamos.
There's a lot already, and we did say it's a light touch. This is slightly more than a light touch we're going into. But how does, I think it's obvious, but how does this impact in Power Play 2.0? Sorry, how does it impact players? Sorry.
Yeah, I mean.
Dice cómo impacta esto en el Power Play.
2.0, it impacts the players that are going to engage with this directly. So if you're sort of taking this on as a new sort of challenge within Elite, that's something you're going to sort of think about quite a lot. But I think it really fits into that sort of goal that we've had to allow players to sort of this year, that everything we've kind of added has been to allow players to shape the galaxy and shape the narrative.
Veis, lo sabía, es decir, todo el Power Play 2.0 va alrededor también de la historia de la colonización.
And we've been talking about this is
Me lo olía, podía ser que no, pero me lo olía.
Colonia is something that could now be created by players, and that story now is...
Se han marcado uno, ahora a ver cómo sale, pero de momento hay por las nubes.
It's something that we've all discussed, and when we say we, honestly, me and you talking this here, Zach, but the development team are incredibly passionate about giving the players a source to shape the narrative of the galaxy and see what they do. We saw some of this with how we've gone about the Thargoid War. Players have their own impact on that and where they've been attacking and all that sort of stuff. But everything's been a step closer to giving the player the agency. So Power Play 2.0 allows players to do that. System colonization will allow players to expand and grow the bubble. The bubble will change forever after this is launched. So it's really, really cool, really exciting to bring this into the game.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think the fact that the bubble is going to change forever is actually going to drastically change how each player sort of engages with Elite Dangerous, especially if you're not engaging with this, right? You might, if you're a trader, there's going to be new trade routes open up for you. If you're an exploration player, you might have a new sort of hub further out than you're used to that you can sort of use as a home base before you go out into the black. So
it's super cool, super cool, and we have more to share. So we've just talked about it. Do you have any images you can share with us?
Oh, imágenes.
So as we said, we're going to talk more about this in the future, but just to
De que hablarán más en el futuro, pero van a sacar cositas.
So producer Adam can show the first image for us. This is a new sort of system colonization ship. So this thing will arrive
Colonization ship.
part of the system colonization process almost earlier on.
Parte del sistema de colonización serán estas naves.
Bigger than a dreadnought, bigger than a Farragut dreadnought. I think it's close to the size of a space station. I think when you, I'm not, yeah, it's she big. She is very, very big, and she has a purpose, which we'll talk more about in the next stream. But what we're trying to get to is it's not just a feature. There are new things you've never seen before that are coming to the game. I think you've got the next image might be something we've never had in Elite before. So
yeah, we've got four more images. So producer Adam, feel free to cycle through these four. This is a space depot. So again, as part of the sort of process of system colonization, you're going to need somewhere to have sort of that hub where you sort of work on that. And this is a brand new thing within Elite Dangerous. This is a space depot, as you can probably see throughout the images. There's landing pads on there and things like that. And yeah, there is, as you said, there's more that we're not showing today.
We want to save something for next. Well, save something, a lot of something for next month. Where we got some guests on. We'll have some video footage of it. we'll show you what we're going to be doing. We've
Espérate, Lucas, espérate.
date and timings, all that sort
En
of
un rato subo.
But a brief, very brief overview of the next feature, which is synchronization. Chomping at the bit.
Lucas, ahora no. Espérate.
Actually talk about.
It's weird now because now it's out.
Ahora no.
At the start of the year, but we were really conscious that it's why we're trying to get everything right. Like all these systems are galactic systems. Elite, as I know our players know this, Elite is very unique in a sense that it's a one-to-one scale representation of the Milky Way galaxy, right? To implement something like Power Play 2.0 and system synchronization, it's a huge undertaking. We don't always get it right, and we know that, but we try to get it as close to being right as possible. So we do apologise about some of the delays we have, like with Power Play 2.0, but we are listening and we are trying to get this thing right, and I'm sure there might be some rough edges when it goes out, but we will always be listening to get it in there. Super, super excited to see players change the galaxy forever.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yep.
Really, really cool. But that's not all, Zach, is it?
That's not it. So yeah, we've got one more thing to talk about
One
today.
more thing to talk about.
Una cosa más.
There'd be 4 ships this year, didn't we?
Yep.
Oh, la nave. Se viene la nave.
And tell them what the next ship's going to be. Actually, tell them first, and then let's show them.
Sure. Okay. So hello everybody. The next ship is going to be the Cobra Mark V.
Cobra.
The
Mark 5. Cobra Mark 5.
She's beautiful.
Oh yes, she
She's BEA beautiful.
Yeah, she is.
I don't want to talk to. I will absolutely ruin our flow here, but I say this all the time, but genuinely, this replaces the Chieftain for me for a number of reasons.
Mark 5.
You're seeing this.
Qué guapa.
The cockpit is the first new cockpit we've done, right?
Yep.
But
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Look at this ship, chat.
Yep.
Look at her.
Yep.
Zach, why did we pick the Cobra Mark V?
Sure. So as you all know already, we started this
Me mola.
wave of new ships.
Sí, igual no es un super nave,
Great ship.
pero me mola.
An Explorer. So there was room there for a ship that sort of provided a sort of
¿Has visto, Pichona? Esto también mola.
one that can do a decent, and I say a decent, a good job at everything.
Yeah.
So obviously the Cobra has traditionally done that, and we're coming up to the 10th anniversary of Elite Dangerous. The Cobra is probably the most iconic.
I'd say it's probably the most iconic.
ship
I know
in
people
Elite.
start on a sidey, but I think the Cobra is the ship you would say, right?
Yeah. So in recognition of that anniversary, it felt like the best time to sort of bring the Cobra back and give it that modern.
Cobra.
Ship.
Yeah,
Cobra.
sort of wave of ship.
Cobra.
I think we guessed it in a raise, but what size is the ship?
Yep, so as this is the year of medium ships, I saw somebody say the other day, so this is a medium ship. It's a little larger than the Cobra Mark III, but it is a medium.
Yeah, and why would you want, apart from the obvious, why would you want to have this ship?
Yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of the Cobra Mark III, you're going to be a fan of this one. It's got obviously improved performance and stats, which we'll talk about at a later date, as we always do. But apart from that, I mean, it'll have the SEO capabilities that you would expect.
Y aquí estoy yo con mi Cobra Mark 4.
And I mean, look at
In the space.
Look at it!
Yeah.
Such a good looking ship. And what, we were talking about it, tell me about the look. Where did this look come from?
Sure. So Chris and the team, as always, have done a great job with this one. I think when they designed the Mark III initially, they stuck very closely to the original wireframe vectors from the sort of 1980s version of the game. And with the Mark V, they've done a similar thing, but what they've done is actually imagine what the Cobra would have looked like if David had a bit more polygons available on his BBC Micro when he was working on the original Elite.
Do you know what? It's really sweet, but also, and this is why I love this design, because all the ships, as we've said before, like, David is like the George Lucas of Elites, but all this stuff goes to David. So he would have looked at this and he understood the inspiration and he's approved it. So yeah, maybe this was what was in David's mind way back in 1980 when we looked at the Cobra. But it's a wonderful looking ship.
Yeah, I mean, it's really sort of simple, it's contemporary, it's cutting edge, and yeah, it's just, I think it's a really nice
swear
modern...
you could sell cars.
Yeah,
It's simple, it's classic.
I'm so used to
classic
selling
lines.
these ships at this point.
Look, let's talk about the cockpit.
Sure, I think the producer Adam can pull up there we go. So that is
Middle cockpit.
the new cockpit for the Cobra Mark V, and it gives us a chance to make some really meaningful changes compared to the Cobra Mark III. So as someone in chat has already pointed out, it's got a central pilot's chair, which is really nice.
Big fan of that.
Yep, it's got 2 multi-crew seats, and as you can you'll see when you get a shot from the inside probably next month, but those sort of really wide flat windows give you a great view.
So this is the thing, right?
Mira qué interior más bonito.
Shown this.
Qué lástima que no hay más interior que la cabina.
Made. It was either Curtis or it was Max was flying it, and the view from the cockpit, because obviously it's got the transparent bottom part of the cockpit as well, which you get in the Mandalay, where you look through the bottom as well. But it's the view, and he was flying through some ice rings, and he just tilted the Cobra Mark V, and I was like, my God, I'm in love with this ship. Like, it's beautiful, because the cockpit is where you live, but most of the 90% of the time you live in the cockpit, right? So
Sí, aquí es donde vivimos, no hay más nave.
So yeah, that is the Cobra Mark V, and yeah, it will be coming this year.
there we go. So look,
Becoming this year.
we've got time
O
for.
sea, de aquí a final de año.
But can I have the wonderful Chantels can run back?
Es que lo de la nave no me extrañaría, pero lo del colonization.
Anyways, there we go.
Magic.
Look, listen, it's been a great show. Really enjoyed today. It's been wild for many reasons. We've talked about a lot of stuff.
Eso han dicho.
Planet Coaster 2 releasing next week, November 6th. We went and looked at a standalone water park to show that it was viable. We did a deep dive asset live, traveling between floors and talking to different people in the building. We talked about Planet Zoo. We gave a load of swag. And then
Pata el roller coaster este de los cojones.
we talked about the Mandalay coming tomorrow. We talked
Hasta que no pueda llevar los putos animales a planetas,
for Elite Danger.
no me hables del Planet Coaster
And we're going to talk more
y
about
del Planet Zoo,
premiered and
el
showed
Planet Pollas.
Cobra Mark V. I'm honestly, chat, I'm buzzing. This is such a great year for a Frontier fan to have been through. This year's been fantastic, and we're not finished yet. So listen, everyone, thank you so much as always for tuning in. I hope you grabbed your drops. I hope to see you on the streams throughout this coming week, and we'll see you on the next show, Wednesday, 27th of November. Love you all. Goodbye. Mwah.
Mira, y se acabó. Aquí nos han dejado. Con el culo hecho pechicola. Bueno, ¿y ahora qué? ¿Ahora qué? ¿A quién matamos? ¿Cómo nos hemos quedado? Muy guapos, muy bonitos. Pues nada. Mañana a probar el parche y yo a estudiar matemáticas ahora con el chiquillo. ¿Qué te parece? Bueno, pues nos hemos quedado... ¿El qué? ¿Sale hoy? No, el parche sale mañana. Mañana tiran los servidores allá a las 10:11 y los levantan a las 3, que aquí serán las 4. Pero espérate que haya imprevistos y tarden más, o que directamente mañana no podamos jugar. Con Doraemon, vale. Te lo pongo aquí escrito. Aquí serán las 4. Pero espérate cualquier cosa. Cuenta que igual el fin de podemos jugar algo, a ver si el viernes, aunque tarden hasta las 6, pero los días de parche siempre son una movida. Vamos a dar un paseíto. Mira, me he hecho 158 kilómetros del punto de extracción. ¿Por qué vibra tanto esto cuando estoy en Discord? Voy a salir de aquí. ¿Es verdad? Hostia, me sube taco. Cuando estoy en Discord cambia el audio. ¿Tú has notado cambio en el audio? Sí, mira, yo ya hice la copia de los bins el otro día. Copiaros vuestros bindings, amigos. Si no, el parche os los puede violar. Hay unos cuantos asteroides, ¿eh? ¿Por qué hay tanto cambio? A ver. Vamos a ver una cosa aquí. A ver, cuando me meto en Discord. ¿Me puedes ayudar con esto del audio? Pichona, dime si notas libertad. Libertad. Dime si notas diferencia entre esto ahora estoy normal y ahora me meto en un canal del Discord porque a mí me sube el audio taco. Cambia mucho. Se oye eco, ¿verdad? Claro, y si salgo de aquí, ahora se cambiará. Es porque se cuela algo del Discord aquí. Vale, pues ya sé que aquí lo tengo que investigar. Ya sé que aquí lo tengo que... Vale, pues tengo que irme a estudiar con el nano. Muy bien. Muchas gracias por estar ahí, pichona. Eres VIP. Para siempre. Qué lástima, me decía, me ha subido el IP, el hype, y ahora quiero jugar, pero no puedo. Venga, nos vemos. Hasta luego. A ver si mañana hago stream del Power Play.